Squad, the People's Guild. A passion for making monsters. Can't be killed. We breed the best pets, learn a lot, no regrets. Join us in creating excellence. Purple on our back, Mythic Squad on the chest. It's the Mythic Squad. It's Mythic Squad.
I almost can't do that when I'm over at my dad's house though, because the dog just turns around, looks at me, and he watch. So,
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
yeah.
How are y'all doing tonight?
Okay. Doing good. Now the dog's howling. You guys might not be able to hear it.
What's up, Mythic Squad? Glad to be here. Appreciate the invite.
Yo, glad to have the champ. The
Yeah.
champ can come wherever he wants to go, man.
Can you
So
change your name to Champ?
Champ.
everybody knows
I already gave myself a nickname.
Oh, what is it?
it's just crypto.
No,
Rock killing
Rock
GCR.
Rock on GCR.
DCR.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a crypto
Congratulations.
Twitter joke.
How many people get it?
People on crypto Twitter do.
Okay, all right. All right.
Nice. Congrats, bro. Congrats. So how was it? How'd you like the tournament? What do you think like was the best part or the craziest part?
I mean, honestly, it was really awesome. I didn't do the last one because I just couldn't or whatever, and I was kind of on the fence on this one, but it really exceeded my expectations. I like the affixes a lot more than I thought I would. My initial impression was like, I don't want to do the work. I put all this time in figuring out how to do it the right way. Why am I gonna like do it the wrong way on purpose? But once I got into it and started doing all the teams and like powwowing with the guildies and stuff like that and planning for it, it was really fun. It's definitely my bag.
My favorite part was the bracket style head to head on the second day, right?
Yeah, that was wild. I only watched.
Definitely tourney.
Dude, when Maddie was playing O'Cool and O'Cool got disqualified because he did it wrong, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And didn't
It's the
you?
other way around, wasn't it?
No, it was Maddie didn't get disqualified. It was O'Cool
O'Cool.
that got disqualified from that.
What show are you watching?
Bro, Maddie
Bro.
was O'Cool.
Yeah, O'Cool died to the chickens, and Maddie had an illegal team, and then he submitted
He did
another
have
illegal
an
team,
illegal team?
and then he
Okay.
got disqualified.
Jesus,
I don't know what
okay.
stream you're watching, dude.
No, I was watching that stream, and
Okay.
I was watching that stream live. And
Well, no, O'Cool just died because he brought two
Okay.
berserkers,
Yeah,
and
he's dead.
yeah, that's what
that's
happens.
why we brought you in,
There's a
champ.
lesson, kiddos.
like-
Weed definitely affects short-term memory.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched
Dude, I
some of the
watched it.
replay too, so I got almost 2 reps in, so
What
it was
was-
fun.
What was illegal about Maddie's team?
So yeah, there was a rule where you could only have a maximum of a 4 level difference between any 2 heroes on your team. So you had a level 20 and a level 15. So that was it. Had to be like 16 and 20, or 15 and 19.
It's in the
So
bracket.
nobody noticed the first time, and then the second time, somebody did the math.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, but like even that, dude, there was just so much high stakes shit happening with the bracket head to head where you're not like counting on trying to beat the average of the field. That was really cool. I fucking loved that. That was high stakes shit.
Yeah, I would say when I was against Caricat, that was when I was most in my mind like I need a good run. At
Yeah,
the end, once I got into the semifinals and the finals, I was like, all right, I'm just going to try to beat the thing because it's so hard. If somebody else beats it better than me and I lose, whatever.
Yeah.
But against Caricat specifically, I had a team ready to just like blitz it. That was the one that was Baron, where she can't lay any eggs. So I had a really offensive team. The rest of my other teams were real defensive and kind of strategic, but this was just kind of balls to the wall. I got the body slam at the perfect time so I could do the strategy. And I was like, oh, yeah, I perfected it, basically. I used 0 potions. And that's
Nice.
what I needed to do to beat him.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't worry about the matchups too much for head-to-head.
So
I think
I
you just
guess
answered my
go
question.
run
I was
around the
going to
house?
ask,
Yeah.
like, was there any one time where you were sweating it, a little worried if you were going to be able to pull it out? And it sounds like you just shared that with us.
No,
Yeah?
I mean, I was for every round. I did a couple of practice rounds. I beat the first 3. I had never beat the 4th one until the finals.
So
I didn't try it that many
but
times.
You never beat it until
I got close. I got close enough to where I was like, okay, if I have a little bit better gear, a little bit better heroes, I could probably do it. And I figured out the strategy, but I never actually beat it until the finals.
Sergeant
Right.
McNasty says guess ADFK rules, and they do for now.
They are all at props. ADFK taking it down this time around.
Hell yeah. And,
Last
you know, props to JessCrypto for lifting ADFK up, man. I hope you're teaching all those boys all your ways, my guy, because you're really killing it. I enjoy your content. I enjoy watching you play. I'm glad you were in this tournament. It was a good time, man.
Yeah, I mean this game's really kind of I don't know. It's basically exactly what I want in terms of a video game. I've been thinking about that a bit since the tournament. Actually, I've always said this reminds me a lot of Darkest Dungeon, which is a Web 2 game that I played just thousands of hours, like completely
I had friends
obsessed.
that played thousands of hours.
And when I was doing these affixes, it really reminded me of that again. Because what I would do once I mastered everything in Darkest Dungeon is I would restart it and play it with like a self-imposed penalty. I just like turn the lights off every time and make it so I could never have a healer in my party. And then I would beat it like that. So I'd like do that stipulation thing. And that's what I think that makes you a lot better actually as a gamer. I think doing stuff like this actually does help you in terms of learning all the mechanics instead of just relying on the minimum you need to beat the thing. Because I definitely use different skills and different compositions because I needed to.
And it's great fucking in tournament with your guildies talking about it and strategizing and shit leading up to the tournament.
But also, in all games that I've ever played too, you kind of got that gamer mentality, dude. Let's see if we can break this. Let's see if we can do a 6-man raid with 2 people, shit like that.
Always.
Right? Yeah, I've
Stuff like
always done
hard
shit
mode.
like that. Let me break this fucking game real quick. Is how I go after it. You know, like,
love hard mode. So it was definitely a lot more fun than I thought of. I mean, I was just kind of like didn't want to do the work at first, but then once I got into it, it was super fun. And this is definitely a good good thing to be doing now as PvP, the way it's going to roll out with just peer-to-peer kind of invite thing. It's going to be very community driven. So as many reps as we can do with stuff like this is really going to be good for that.
Oh, definitely. I could totally see this being like a lifetime game like Minecraft or something like that, or like Fortnite, where they just keep pushing something new out, but then eventually, I mean, we already see it, right? The community builds on around it, and that just continues to grow as the player base grows. So, yeah, I'm super excited for what the community and the team like. This is a dope project. There's a lot of potential here.
So, Juss, your PvP game gonna be just as tight as your PvE game? You think you're gonna be all about PvP too?
Oh yeah.
He did. What did you get out of the winnings? Would you go out and do?
What'd I get?
What'd you splurge on?
So what would you win from the tournament? Like,
I got 1200.
Right
I kept a little bit of blow staked. I bought a lot of jewel, and I bought some heroes, some kind of luxury purchases. I got 2 level 20s Dread Knights from Hope. He was looking for some liquidity, so it was a good price for me. Hated to kind of do it because there just weren't that many buyers, but
it's house money, baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I normally wouldn't do that just because I'm kind of playing for the short term in terms of what I spend my resources on. But I also, have a
what
little fun if
stones
I
are
got.
on those? What stones are on those level 20 dreads?
They're both uncommon. One has a greater, one has lesser, and they both have like they're good for uncommons. But my other dreads, I got 2 other dreads that are rares. I don't have anything above
they're
that. I
level
haven't.
20.
Well, I say you go get another level
say,
20 uncommon and smash it with the greater for that lesser one. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question for you. Did you spend any of that on any equipment or pets?
He's probably stacked on equipment.
No. Yeah, actually I did get one equipment. I forget. I found a floor medium armor that had really good stats. I went ahead and snapped that. I snap up anything I find like that, basically, just for value.
Yeah, because they did mention once PvP drops, guild weapons and everything goes away. So at that point you can buy it again, but it'll have durability. And so I think those drops that we have now and those floors will go up quickly once PvP drops. Just my own personal guess.
Yeah, so the amount of people, including me, I'll put myself in this category, need to start hunting and get more loot before PvP drops now more than ever. So
yeah, man,
I need to get in there. So maybe I might be hitting Juss up for some tips, working with intern for some tips too.
For sure.
Still
dude, I'm still making my PvP heroes, man.
He's gonna always with his PvP heroes, but I got some really cool ones. Dude, Juss, you'd be proud of me, man. I was smashing some rare floor 10s and 11s and 12s the other day. I hit a warrior pirate mythic greater might stoned, and then I hit a archer thief fortune stoned legendary. But I was shooting for mythic or I was shooting for mythic fucking codex heroes, and usually I let the codex heroes fall from whatever I'm trying, and it ends up being a dope codex hero. But I was really going after it because I see these boys in Mythic Squad server with their freaking crazy greater stone freaking legendary mythic archers and shit, and they're fucking crazy. So I need to get some.
I didn't even have that. Most of the stuff that I won with the tournament, it was like uncommons or rares with like lesser stones on them.
My brain doesn't work that way. Just
or some really old heroes. Like I had some of them were mythics that I would summon with my Gen Zeros like over a year ago. And when I used stones, like every time, like Grady would stream about basically when that was a thing, and they just leveled up, and they just leveled up, decently, and they get RNG, so many extra stats for being mythic that by the time they got up to level 16 or whatever, they're fine. But definitely, it was not hero power that got me there. It was equipment more so than anything, because me and Tad kind of came to a little agreement. He got some of it too. The winnings, because he well earned.
Did he stake you with equipment?
Yeah, he staked me with equipment. He couldn't play. So
if you're not joining forces like that within your guild, you're doing it wrong.
You're in the wrong guild.
Jewelers did it too.
That's the whole point of having a guild.
I love seeing shit like that.
Yeah, we definitely we had a lot of activity going into this because we had I think 4 people in day 2. So we were talking about a bunch of strategy and equipment stuff.
That's good to see.
Yeah, dude.
But I didn't do it with greater stoned heroes and stuff.
Okay.
Congrats, Hope.
The equipment matters.
Impressive. You can't see him, but he's McGregor walking in front of his computer right now. As he says that.
Yeah, Hope is. He just woke up.
Hope with the Dread Knight hook. What's up, Hope? How you doing?
Right.
Dude, Hope's got his hand in everything.
Hope's a beast too.
Yeah, he is. I love it.
Do we have the replay of the championship round? I wanted friggin' Just to kind of commentate on what he was going through there, and let's watch it. I posted it in the.
Yep, I got it right here.
Yeah.
It's also in the link below, but if we're gonna watch it now, then it doesn't really matter.
So.
Yeah, this was 5.
Or you wanted me to send it to you?
Just present it.
Well, Jess, do you want to present it or you want us to play it?
Oh. You want me to present it? No, I don't have it up.
Okay.
Sharing it right now.
Yeah, share it.
Momento. Oh, wait. Pause.
Have you ever hopped on stream with your grandpa? Just
Shut up.
give me that Comcast remote. No. Here we go.
Gotta slap the side of the TV.
All right, hold on. We gotta add the Huff. What up, Huff?
What's
And
up,
we
man?
will restart
Jess.
this now.
Just pause it real quick so we can talk about his strategy.
I
Yeah,
don't know that you can pause it.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you have to
those
like.
features are not built in yet.
So this was 5 eggs, and you need to fight a void chicken while the mom was still alive. You needed to summon a void chicken while she was still alive. So that's why I have the seer. I actually used 2 seers in the tournament. Both times I had to fight void chickens. I wanted seers because they have sanctuary for that to basically keep me from getting feared.
So
And they're really good in long fights. They're really efficient with these shields. So yeah, right now I'm doing damage to the back, which you wouldn't normally do, but since you're going for 5 eggs, you got to start quick. So a single kill is fine, and that means I need 2 double kills. And I have the knight up front to do what I just did, which was move the buck back so that my knight can do his mighty strikes to eggs in the front row.
Nice.
Which you would normally, these are kind of some things that you would never normally really think about because you don't want,
but the
you don't want it. Yeah, you just want like to kill like 1 egg basically. But yeah, I got definitely pretty lucky with the RNG. I'm a knight archer seer. Decent strategy.
I like it. There you go.
Haji?
You got 1 egg down. Now they'll both come up.
Yeah, so I wait for 2, and then I kill those pretty quickly, and I'm using my seer to efficiently keep me healthy and using my potions because I wasn't saving anything. I was like, if Mega can beat it and beat it better than me, I guess he's the champion because I was not risking anything in terms
probably
of
a
potions.
smart play on your part.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't want that in my head either to be thinking about like trying to save. Yeah.
You made it this far. Balls to the wall, dude.
Right. Got to risk it for the biscuit. Spend it all.
Yeah, I don't think I let any patch. I wasn't trying to if I did. Because this one you can let them hatch. The one before you couldn't let them hatch at all. So that was the difference. So that's why the other one I used a warrior instead of a knight because the taunt is really good for not letting them hatch.
I like taunt.
Whereas the knight is not the end of the world if it would have hatched, but you can see I can hit the front one because I moved it the Mombok back. And right now I'm basically just trying to prep the Mombok as low as possible. I just dispelled her buff with Chrono Purge, which is really cool too. Chrono Purge is also good in this type of environment. The delay 30, I don't care if I get the damage now or I have to wait 30 ticks, it's fine. But I do have to wait quite a while for this last lay egg, and then I have to wait for one of the eggs to hatch, and then I have to wait for that chick to turn into a demon bok before I can kill a Mombok.
Intern is crazy.
The
mad scientist intern with his fucking.
So I'm getting it as close to dead as possible, and then I'm just stalling.
I just imagine intern with all his guinea pigs.
This is insane.
Yeah, it is.
In his boxes.
Just
wait,
oh my god.
He's already down, so they're going demon.
So what he needs.
He's going. Yeah, they're ready to go demon. I just got to wait for the back one to hatch, and then for it to go to demon, and then I can kill the Mombok.
I feel like Vegeta from the first season of DBZ. What's his power level? It's over 9,000.
You'll see. I'm gonna like move around. I'm trying to get my time bar perfect so that I'm ready to go as soon as I can. And that Chrono Purge is gonna hit the on the other side of it, which is good.
Ooh, nice miss.
But yeah, I'm doing good on health. I definitely got good RNG.
Yeah,
RNG always comes in.
RNG
nice have it on your side.
So there's the sanctuary. That's me getting ready to not get feared, and then I'm channeling with that archer to kill this bok as soon as possible. So see, I didn't get feared because I have the barrier, and now I'm gonna pop this guy with this channel because I didn't get interrupted.
Very nice.
Primo strats right here, boy.
Oh,
that's a wrap.
Demon bok.
That's a wrap.
Damn near full health.
Correct.
Nice work.
I'm sure you made Tad and all the rest of the ADFK boys proud.
Yeah, they were pumped. that one's my seer with the Yellow Panther. Tad also lent me an awesome level 16 seer that had Yellow Panther as well.
Nice.
Played that one earlier.
Oh, that's loud.
I knew I smelled Tad all over this championship.
I'm just seeing if we're
Not
getting
so much-
teams
not on
together,
that
I
last
call
one.
dibs on that. I'm just saying, I call dibs.
What's up, Jess?
Not so much on that last one. That was all me on the last one.
Okay, I'm
Getting there was a Tad hero and a couple of Tad Scally's eyes.
Listen,
and
that's
stuff like
all within
that.
the rules. That's what makes this even funner. There's like deep cooperation within guilds to try to get this shit done. So
Right,
Absolutely.
and I'm speaking of which, I'm sure that everyone watching right now knows about the mad work that SI put in to make this happen. But
yeah.
mad props,
Seriously.
SI. They're freaking amazing. You
Also-
rock, dude, and everybody
also
else that participated on
Skiller
both
and
sides of it
Mega
to make
helped
it
with
happen.
graphics.
Donations.
I want to shout out the jewelers
Go
too
ahead.
because they updated the bracket. Mega did live all over socials, which was hella cool. We all just ended up retweeting and adding some shit to it. But because it was beautiful. He did a great job.
Yeah.
Shout out Mega and the jewelers
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yes.
Hell A true
Bullets,
DFK
bullet.
team effort.
Yep, that's what's
I love
cool. The whole community got in on this and just hyped it up because that's what it's for. It's for everybody, and we want the rest of the people to see how much fun we're having doing this kind of shit. You know.
That
Even
Yeah, I
in
mean,
chat.
this is what it's going to be like when PvP drops. Right? It's not going to be a ladder system, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to sit there and like be able to hit the play button all day like we would like to. Eventually, that would be great, but it's going to be community driven. You're going to have to talk to people. I know
Right.
crypto. I was reticent at first, to being crypto people. I didn't want to do any of that. But it's just how it's going to be when PvP drops. Is like community driven stuff like this.
Oh yeah,
So it's good practice.
Roof.
very good practice.
Good practice. Yeah, that's what we call that, practice.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
and
that's great.
you'll be able to place your beaver bets at some point too. I'm still
I
sorting
love
through
it.
that, but
Speaking of the beef, we had confirmation today on the AMA.
Oh,
He said they're reworking those pet skills and traits, and Hubert straight up said they are going to slap. He
I
made
heard
the
it.
Yeah,
promise.
but my favorite
Well-deserved
part of this
judgment.
whole thing was that I'm pretty sure ability traits will be live when PvP starts. They said combat bonuses for pets might not, but shortly
Right.
after if they don't go with launch. But traits are gonna slap. Let's fucking go. I can't wait. And also traits stack. They slap and stack, right?
Yeah, which I'm
They slap and
even
stack.
more excited about than normal after that dread.
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, he hit that double second life resurrection rare dread. So yeah, that'll be
There's
Yeah,
only like 25 double second life heroes alive. Only like 2 rare basic classes, and then Oku'ul's legendary summoner ninja, which is a level 20. And then I recently hit the dread with cripple exalted double second life and res. It
I
was
quit the
wild.
game. I started it back up the next day, but I quit the game as soon as he hit it.
Wow. You know what's crazy is it was on some dumb shit. Like I just bought some floor fucking goons and sages and made an uncommon dread and then burned it to up the rarity. And I had this warrior that had double exalted that I made on some dumb shit.
It's relentless
And then-
shit, is what it is.
and then fucking had a greater vigor stone. I was like, I think I'll just go for it. And when I turned out, it was like so much pink. I was like, whoa.
Love it.
I'm hella salty with the summoning lately. It's been
You hear it in your
I
voice.
feel so much dope shit trying to get something like that.
I don't like what the rest of the field feels when they summon. I don't like it.
Yeah, I haven't pulled anything good lately, but that's the point of it. I pushed it out a little bit, and then when you do hit it, you're just like, oh, it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just me at least. I went too hard too long, and then it started to lose its luster, and I was like, I can't let that happen. I can't let something that I love lose its magic, and I pushed it off, and then hey, when I summon,
Hope says he quit too after that day too. Beef.
after you get like a real good rug, you're like, all right, I gotta reevaluate some shit.
Intern made a meme. Regular line of the regular portal with like 2 people in it, and dark summon portal with like a big long line going to it. And it's what did it say?
After Mosh hits triple exalted dread.
After Mosh hits triple exalted dread, everybody explodes in the pits. And I hate to say it, it's true.
It's great for hero population.
No, absolutely. And Hope's telling the truth right now in chat. Doomsday for all of us, but it's just a Tuesday for you, Mosh. I mean, or you too, Beeve. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like you guys are just like burning gods.
The real issue here is like if there's ever a leaderboard for like ridiculous heroes burned, it will be a shameful day for me because people will be like, "This dude's such a fucking idiot."
No, that'll straight up be the leaderboard of shame.
You will piss off like 95% of the game because they'll be angry at your burned wallet being better than their live wallet.
My burned hero list, if it came back in like a fucking dungeon crawl type shit, nobody's winning that level.
I'm still
boss level shit.
I'm still trying to get just. I'm gonna look on the tavern for a level 20 uncommon dread real quick. Lesser Stone. But yeah, if you do something with that one, let's burn that live, Juss. We'll bring
speaking of which, that was something else.
I hit 2 mythic dreads off of fucking an uncommon and a common and 2 uncommons before. So it can happen. And with that level 12, 20, all those tier bonuses.
Make it earn you some fucking raffle wins and pay for part of itself. And
just get drunk and then call me and then we'll go burn some stupid shit.
Nah, I don't.
We've gone down that road.
That's not gonna happen.
You got to put a greater stone on it.
He said he had mythics from way back in the day that were just leveled, like he used to.
It's my hunters.
Like those would last 2 seconds on my.
Did those dreads have any traits, or what's the traits on the lesser stone one?
They're just advanced.
Okay.
Just
advanced.
They're not getting burned, so I don't know what.
No,
okay.
I feel
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to level up my duels game. Is the reason I bought it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Going from 2 to 4 level 20 dreads.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Greater stone, maybe.
Speaking of which, those for anybody that missed the AMA, those crowns should be dropped beforehand with the next season starting next week.
Yes, sir.
And also something else in the AMA. If you have not done your summons recently, tomorrow the new cooldown starts. So you can get a summon in tonight. I didn't catch a time. I don't think they said it. Usually it's around Zulu though. So around 00 tomorrow night. So in my time, that's usually like 7 p.m. But yeah, get those last summons in if you haven't summoned with them recently. It'll reset. You'll be able to go again tomorrow, and then new rules apply, baby.
Yeah, not to quote the devs, but not financial advice, but do your summons.
Do your summons.
Yep.
This cooldown's gonna be like rehab for me. I'm gonna save money.
Forced rehab. It's called the dry season, sir.
Because I have to use the regular portal to make all my ingredients, so just slow me down.
A lot of 10 out of 10s got bought today with advanced traits.
I looked at that chart like the day before yesterday. I was like, yeah, a little spicy for me. I'm just gonna make my own stuff for a while.
Yeah, but
this is like what was it, like 1150 for most floor common advance. I was like, oh god,
we're almost out of the golden era to build and buy right now. So, and that goes for equipment too. Shit's about to get expensive.
Yep.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. But at the same time, I might look like I got money. I ain't got no money, so that happens.
I'm still all for like a burn party for the whole community. Everybody go burn freaking,
Are you still on that bandwagon? Still trying to burn 25% of everybody's wallets?
And there's got to be.
It's like spring.
I'm pretty sure the lawyer chimed in on that, and that's a bad idea.
What is it when the GDCs or whatever come out? People are going to be burning 25% of their wallets.
Put the scroller
on. I see a lot of potatoes lit on fire.
That's so true, though.
Like 6 months of hard burn.
Put the scroller up, Ogre, please.
Yeah. Working on it.
Mosh is talking.
We should do raffles for burns and just fucking burn, and give us some more Gen Zeros and shit.
Yeah, I already tried. Didn't work. We'll see.
Oh, excuse me.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
What do you got? What'd you pull from the AMA? Did you listen in?
Yeah, I listened. I was definitely like you were talking about, super interested in the traits. Hubert said they're trying real hard to get some traits in for PvP, like right at launch. I would say, and then Second Best Dad showed an animation for, I think it's Deathmark.
Yeah. Was there an audio cue? Where was that shown on Twitter?
It was in the AMA questions chat or chat.
Okay, I'll have to get
something like
Yeah,
that.
I was looking for that too. I haven't seen that.
So
yet.
yeah,
watched the anime after.
I do wonder kind of to myself, I never thought we would be getting PvP or combat released with all of the heroes or anything like that. I always thought if we got all the basic classes, that would be a miracle, and we're getting half the basic classes. So I do wonder if we're going to be getting all the traits, because it's kind of the same problem in terms of balancing. Like, it's many times more difficult to balance all of the traits than just the basic traits, for example. So it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of did that as a gradual rollout to not break everything immediately. But I don't know.
Break the fuck out of it. Do it all at once.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from too. They probably will stage it, but I hope that all traits are live when PvP is live, because it could bring some utility to some even non-codex heroes if you got the right ones.
So, I mean, it's already super complicated, like as it is. As if we're adding even the basic traits, that makes it a lot more complicated. If we're adding pet bonuses, it gets a lot more complicated. This stuff is all like,
you tell I'm ready for the fucking traits. I don't care how complicated they are. I just want them. Okay, fuck the complicated. I want to be right up in the complication. So
I would be surprised if we get them all at launch, but you know,
yeah, same.
Down the road, you know, I mean, they said they're going to be starting to pump out these classes pretty quickly. I'm sure if they do that, they'll pump out the traits pretty quickly too. But
I already told everybody what Beav told me, and he said they're all coming out at once.
Just drop everything.
I'm big on manifesting shit, so so that's kind of where I'm at with that.
So we'll see. I mean, whatever it is, it's gonna shake things up a lot. That's gonna be a huge variable to think about in terms of building your compositions. Like, it kind of breaks my brain just thinking about, like, even if like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 of the 8 basics are great and that's what we get, like that really makes a big difference.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Like Death Mark for sure, like that stuff like that, like stuff critical aim. Like, I think that's gonna really tilt the scale a lot if we get that with the first release of PvP. And there's any big tournaments, that's going to cause a lot of like those mythics I'm just derping around with in hunts. You know, if they got if you know, that's when I would want to pop them, is when I know what I really want. That's why I hold the stuff that I hold, is because I don't really see the benefit right now of, you know, winning the hunts more with a greater stone, as opposed to waiting for full information in terms of like this trait thing that could really affect what I want to do. So that's why I tend to hold.
I just am always under the belief that there's always time to pit some shit. So you can pit it.
Shit. I made
Yes, you were. Yeah, I saw you talking, but you were on mute there.
I was indeed. Yes. I was saying that Monsters can't wait for the PvP to drop, where you have the level 1 only, so you can only use level 1 heroes. He's got the most beast level 1 heroes out there.
How many hundreds of thousands of crystal I fucking burn in the pit every month? Like, when I got my team ready, I'm not going to be burning all that in the pit, so they can just level up and I can do what I want with them.
And if they're another thing that came out. So the one other thing we haven't talked about is expeditions, and that's definitely an interesting conversation because they had a lot come out.
Oh yeah.
So,
tell me more.
I would say my alpha there, like the big thing to key in on is the fact that you're going to be able to run things in parallel while you're running the expeditions. The fishers, like if you have 6 fishers going out on an expedition, each fisherman takes 1:40 seconds. Instead of having to wait 6 times 1:40, they'll all go at the same time. So 1:40, and then the next ones are going. That'll really come into play for people who want to stampot, who want to buy a level 1 and stampot it all the way up to level 20 because they're the whale and they want to buy this one team and get it. So yeah, those fishers and foragers, that'll be interesting. So I could see them going up into the short term as like we have waves come in, but long term, the really good miners and gardeners, I think they'll be the most scarce because it takes longer to get them there. You can't just stampot them up as quickly.
Same with mining though too. I mean, they're going to be parallel as well, to where like there's going to be no cap for how many miners that can be going on expeditions. So I mean, the amount of gold that you're going to be able to get back from them is going to be quite a bit greater. I mean, at least I imagine so. That's what they were talking about. But And then the same thing, not so much for gardening. No, not was it. It was crystal mining. They're going to cap that at 3 groups, and then gardening too. But like the aspect that you can send all these heroes, like massive amounts of them, on expeditions, and just kind of set them for like a month. Like I'll set them up for like a couple of weeks at a time, just so I can keep like certain aspects of it kind of rotating, just because how my stupid brain works.
I could see it going like, and you gauge based upon like what level they are. Like as soon as they get to level 5, then maybe they graduate from like going for 1 week to going for 2 weeks.
Right.
Once they get to like level 10, they go from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. And you just kind of gauge it on how much XP they need. Mm-hmm. I can see that being a smart move down the road, just strategically.
Agreed. And then to come back to what you were saying about stand potting, I mean, the new power-ups that are going to be coming with all of this is going to be bud. I mean, I'm excited. I'm about to drop some serious jewel into the jeweler at this point, just so I can get all my heroes on expeditions. I can get stand pots automatically rotated. I can get the auto leveling. I mean, this is incredible what they're going to be introducing to the new expeditions. I mean, it's going to change the landscape of how your teams are going to be running. I mean, I thought having 800, 900 heroes is going to be a lot, especially for, even not for automation, things rotates at like such a certain interval.
Man. They're building the game, and we've been here the whole time.
Baby.
So,
yeah, baby. You said it right. Yeah. They're listening. They're seeing where things have been kind of bottlenecking, and really just making the valve that much fucking bigger, bud. And that's what I like about it. It's like, hey, there's a leak here. No, let's just make it a bigger pipe, bud.
Sticks in the house.
I'm here now.
Intern.
Yes, buddy.
Yeah, we were talking about the tournament earlier. Congratulated Juss on he ran through the entire match. You missed it, bro.
You were there though, but it was still incredible review. Like holy shit. I mean, I did not think even for a second that like even the last tourney, it was a tough route. And then he came out, he showed me
that last run, bro, like that was a flawless run. Dude.
Yeah, it was too. That's what I'm saying.
What I thought was the coolest part about it is how many times did you try that before the tournament? And then the only time you beat it was like with all the fucking pressure.
Yeah, I think that was the first time you ran it, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it the first time?
That was the first time I used a knight. I had been using a warrior. I tried some different comps, but then I kind of settled on, once I decided I wanted the seer because of the demon block, because I had started doing the first one. The first one used the seer too. I decided to try that. I think that was the difference.
Yeah.
And then I decided to kind of go for it in terms of using the knight to reposition the Mombok. And I think that helped me. That did a lot better than the warrior, because that was the reason I was able to live so much, is because I had that heavy armored knight.
Yeah.
I had the Elgis amulet on it. That was mine, by the way. And then he was just blocking. He was blocking all this shit and just taking so little damage that just the sanctuaries and the passive stuff from the seer was keeping me healthy. So I was just able to take my time. Yep.
Those amulets had a lot.
Incredible. And it just really shows that's the aspect of what this community can do. I mean, when put into an almost impossible situation, just slam dunk it. Like that's incredible. Like, and that's what I've seen just in some of the greatest communities backing a game that is fun and difficult. Like they just all right, shut up and hold my beer. Watch this.
Oh yeah, I was in gamer mode. By the way. Yeah, it's been a couple years since I used to play Magic competitively and sit at this computer table and we do all these I guess on Arena they do all these cash things to win $1,000 or $2,000 after you play through and then get there on Sunday. It reminded me of that. I was in the zone, basically fully focused on every game action, every micro decision, basically just trying. Yeah, I was in gamer mode for sure.
Yeah, mission accomplished then, right?
Yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah,
I ran great. That's a big part. I could have easily just had a terrible miss and them have a terrible crit, and that's just the way it is.
That's what it's about, though.
You need it both. You need both. You need to play good and run good.
Well, that's the beauty of it. That way, no matter how much you wail in, how much you want to spend on it, there's always a chance you're not going to win. Right, you want that so that the top stays kind of fluid. It's not always one person.
I mean, there were some upsets this tournament, man. Some big dudes.
Hey, Juss, I know you're going to play in the next Mythic Squad tournament, but Dags hasn't reported back to me in a very long time about the inner workings of ADFK. So are you guys talking about maybe hosting some sort of tournament when it comes to PvE, or are you guys waiting?
We're talking more about a PvP kind of debut type of tournament.
Okay, cool.
Like it.
Yeah, kind of summoning back to the old Fight Club days.
I miss the old Fight Club
when the
days.
Bogside guys would run those tournaments.
Okay.
And me and
more
Tad
Maddie.
would,
Expect more Maddie then, huh?
Dude, Maddie
More
had
Maddie?
a juice squad.
More Maddie.
Come on.
More Maddie.
Yeah, come
Can we trust him to host the tournament after?
That's tough to say.
Some red flags. That's all I'm saying.
I trust Franz to hold it together and guide kids. So
for sure, guy kids gonna hold that whole thing.
Yeah. Franz might quit the whole
France
fucking
is
show.
a liability. Like
I don't
he
know.
got too much emotion.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's
a little more volatile.
Maybe the biggest problem is a New York
wouldn't do it.
fucking sports fan.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that really hits you in the gut a lot.
I'm fairly certain guy kids the glue in the background. Yeah. He's the Starbuck in the bunch. Yeah.
So way back in the day, the Bogside boys really tried to recruit me and Mosh. So it could have been 0 Mythic Squad Void Hunt tournaments, and it could have just been Fight Club still. We don't know how it would have went.
A lot less purple. But I told those boys, good luck, and we're gonna.
I loved what they were doing. It's just we kind of had the same mindset. We wanted to build.
We were doing the same thing at the same time. So yeah. So we were early on. It was awesome. Though.
But look at everybody now. This is going to be fun when Guild Wars starts to come into play. PvP goes live. We have our little wagers on the side.
A lot of us have already known each other for 3-4 years, man. So
it's going to be fun. Yeah. I can't wait till it's full circle and we're freaking having bracket PvP tournaments every weekend. You know what I'm
live
saying?
stream fucking tournaments. Juss comes out to his fucking walkout song, fucking to his little fucking gamer chair. Fuck shit up. Yeah.
And next thing you know, intern's got like some smart contract written up so that each affix is its own smart contract, and like he randomly hits a button and then the affix pops up, automates the whole damn thing.
That would be cool as fuck too.
Yeah.
And it's going to feel like old school LAN parties because, like you just said, man, we've known each other for years at this point, and we're going to have like,
old school LAN parties,
Halo groups that just you're all in another room and we're in the other room, and we all got our own TV and we're all just battling together, making our wages, and we're yelling at each other from across the room. It's going to be that kind of energy with smart contracts and in cryptocurrency and craziness. It's going to be great. It's going to be adult LAN parties.
I can totally picture it now. It's like Hollywood Squares, where you get all the contestants in big squares on one side, the sticks interns down on the other side, with like a giant board with a bunch of buttons. And there's like some random game show on which button he pushes, and bam, there's the affix, and everybody's got to hit it or they get X.
All of a sudden, it's just America Ninja Warrior, but DFK edition.
Yes.
Sign me up, man. Sign me up.
You have to wear this costume and carry this pet. Go.
Did you guys watch Decentral, or did you guys do that Decentraland thing? Were you guys in there? I know intern was in there.
I didn't make it. How was it?
I don't know, but I saw some things on it. It looked really cool. I like how they have like the virtual expos and shit. Like, imagine if they had that shit full tilt right when COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how was it, intern?
Yeah.
I don't say the C word.
Bro, I was in there. Well, tell me how it was then.
Yeah, he was jamming. I haven't caught up with him though, but
the Rush booth was popping, right, Mosh?
Hey, I have DMs. I told him this could be an extended giveaway. It was open-ended. Okay, so there is some.
The fact that you haven't given that pet away is so cringe.
You know what? Bro. I'm gonna go to an event later and I won't give it away. Okay. Don't like and retweet. It's still pinned.
I gave him at the Dark Knight away for my Elite Rush, and that person still has it. So
nice.
They got their
there
pet.
you go. That's
the drawing has
they actually held it. That's awesome.
You can do 1,000 retweets and I'll do it.
He's working on his Twitter profile. That's really what's going on. Yeah.
Now I have a bloater head in Decentraland forever.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
legit.
Yeah,
so, hey, how long are we going to wait for the next codex to drop? Did we get any news on that?
I thought it was after PvP.
Yeah,
it's going to be after.
Yeah.
They said after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
you were saying.
Expeditions is the next thing to drop.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't think they're not going to sneak in a codex or two in between every kind of, like, certain drops and everything. Because like before, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, but there was like, we're going to drop a codex, and then we're working on the next one, and then the next one also. Don't think that there's not at least one dev like working on that
6 months in the future. I got it.
Yep. Well, the hardest part now is the more they build out before they drop the codexes, the longer it's going to take to really balance them and battle test them before they release them. Unless we just like as a community run the mantra like don't buy into broken mechanics, or else recognize you better buy it and sell it within like 3 days because they're going to nerf it. You know what I mean?
I just think anybody in this game needs to get used to fucking nerfs.
It's better. Come on.
They have to.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. But literally, this is a live game. You're going to be disappointed and just excited through your teeth at fucking patches and updates and all that shit. You're gonna think you have it just figured out and everything's perfect, and you're gonna have to tweak the whole fucking goddamn thing again. And whoever does that and adapts to this liquid situation the best will dominate PvP.
That part continues to adapt, right? Because I mean, you go on the current information, everybody's speculating, which is why they say don't like or dive in on the broken mechanics. Good God, I can't even say it. You got to be careful there because they will eventually change things if something else, new information comes around and it takes long enough. For example, I mean, what if you had a bunch of PJ heroes? You thought the PJ heroes were going to give you an advantage getting land, and then all of a sudden you find out that's not true. Like, you got to be careful.
I thrive in broken mechanics. I love it. I don't ever get disappointed, even if it, you know.
No, SI has pointed it out first. The people that can actually call out nerfs and buffs ahead of time can actually see what the game's healthy economy is actually flowing to, like what's being overused, what's being undervalued, and actually, like I've been able to call these things.
Place speculative bets on a potential nerf.
Yeah, no, I was a huge Destiny player for like, you know? I was a huge Destiny player for years, and like I could call out when something was actually overpowered or anything like that, and I would call it out and see that certain abilities were undervalued, get good at them, and then wham, bam, thank you, man. Wow, a patch came out, and that's now the new meta. There's going to be an aspect to it that's going to be, and I'm going to not call you up, you guys, but to keep everything, because you're never going to know,
because it'll come 360 degrees back and be meta again. So
you're going to have to vault it just to make sure that you don't know what the next patch is going to come out. What's the undervalued aspect?
It's like archers, right? I mean, did anybody really believe archers weren't going to get nerfed in the beginning? But once poison comes out and maybe a couple other things, there might be that one thing that drops that all of a sudden having those 3 shots really is beast mode again, and all of a sudden the archer does come back to the top.
I mean,
I'm sure there's going to be. There's already other.
They're still good, man. Yeah, I mean, that's all I use, really. I mean, Justice proved it, and then I should obviously use more seers. I mean, that's proof positive right there. But I mean, archers, even after the nerf, they're still my staple, and they're still the ones that are pumping out the most amount of wins right now. So, regardless of what's going to happen, people can be upset all they want. There's nothing that they can do about it except for either adapt or whine about it. And not to sound like a total asshole about that, but that's just the nature of the game.
It's true, and people who don't like change stay playing something like it used to be played too. Typically, in my experience, right?
And how long would that be fun for? Like eventually, that's going to get boring. Keep going, man.
I mean, I get it though. I mean, bear market kind of crushed everybody. A lot of people walked away, and now they're coming back. But it's not like it used to be. So anybody that's tuned in right now, like how you used to treat assets is different now. Okay. Your in-game assets have expanded, their roles have changed, and it's going to continue to do so. So
real quick, Maddie's got a question for JessCrypto. He says, Maddie asks, Sears still seem weaker in general at Juss. You want to comment?
Yeah, in general, they are. The only reason I used them is because I was trying to solve a very specific problem where I was getting hit by Demon Bach AoE. So if it wasn't for that, mostly what I do when I'm just grinding hunts is play warrior, archer, or archer, warrior. Those are the best 2 classes. Those are the easiest ways to do it. But like I said, I mean, this just kind of made me branch out a little bit. So that's why I used them.
Don't you like being pushed into situations like that? Because the more you practice these situations, the more it's going to come in handy later down the road.
Yeah, I think
these affixes.
They're weaker, but they definitely have a use. They solve a problem. You know, that's kind of what I said in my
tool belt.
They might not be meta now, but if you know how to use them in our meta, you'll benefit. So
right.
Well, that's 100% because every time that you're actually able to challenge yourself in a strategic manner, like you actually evolve as with your intelligence for the next strategy coming into it. I mean, look, you like you just said, you use them because they filled a certain role and you weren't used to them, but goddamn, you won the whole thing doing that. So
yeah, that's what the PvP is going to be like. And people who are used to adapting to metas like Magic, I was thinking this. I'm starting to make some more videos again. I had a Windows problem. I had to reinstall. I lost a bunch of my YouTube assets, but I've kind of remade or figured it out how to get it going again. So expect that, if not this weekend, next week for sure. And one of the things I want to talk about is meta. Like I don't think a lot of people that don't have the background of playing something like that really know what that means in terms of like how a strategy, a baseline strategy evolves to beat a different strategy. Then it kind of evolves, and then something comes out of left field that gives you a totally different problem to solve. And the two meta decks, or sorry, the meta strategies that were battling against each other and having this arms race to win on this certain axis get just stomped by this other one who's just like, okay, deal with two berserkers, see what happens, or whatever in DFK terms. So that's going to be an interesting thing. And yeah, it's all about adapting. Is what you're saying. That's going to be
it's like Overwatch competitive when they drop like a new hero in that throws a wrench into some shit.
You
know?
If you think you're just your strategy for DFK PvP is acquire 3 heroes, play them, win all the money, either you're going to be mistaken or it's going to be not that great of a game. One of the two. It's not going to be.
You just said you had pretty not high rarity heroes in this tournament, and I'm sure the likes of Karaket had high rarity heroes. In your knowledge and RNG, I'm not because Karaket's
there's always some.
And equipment is important, yes. But yeah, like it's all about how much you put into this shit. So
the strategy, there's tactics involved, and that's the beauty of this game. You can play it on like a certain level and just have fun without really understanding it. But once you really begin to understand it, like there's levels under levels, there's onions, and you can really compete on a competitive level with tactics and strategy. So that's where I think this game has legs.
I love it. It's funner with friends. So guilds are the way to do it. If you're not in a guild, hop in a guild, whether it's ADFK, Squad, or the Jewelers. That's where you want to, really plan for this shit. Start.
And everybody has their different things. Like maybe you're a farmer and you just produce a bunch of mats and you end up playing that way and supporting your guild, or maybe you're producing heroes and helping your guild out. Like there's different ways to contribute to a guild, or maybe you're just always showing up and cheerleading. Woo! We need that too, right?
Yeah. So, come hang, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, what else we got? We're creeping up onto an hour.
Here. Yeah, we are. We got the frost bloater, Vizzy. Scoop that up. The anti-bloater. But then again, I mean, I know Christian did say that there was bloater and there was weed. Did you not mention something about a frost bloater also down the road? Maybe. I don't know. I might have just made that up.
Well, you're confusing me. What'd you say now?
KP with the blow token and then the weed token. Was there not going to be like a frost bloater token as well?
No,
did that not get mentioned one time?
That's basically
the possibilities out there, man.
Yeah, well, you trade bloaters and frost bloaters to get blow.
So. Right now, yeah, but like the logo is not a frost bloater; it's definitely a bloater, right?
That's because that's meta. That's meta right now. Sorry, Emerson.
but what if the
there's only one OG?
Yeah.
True story.
Orange until yeah.
There's a good bit to talk about on expeditions, but I mean a lot of it is like kind of technical on how it's all going to work. They are going to be the new lockups and whatchamacallums, power-ups. So where that'll encourage people to lock up more jewel, which will take it off of the places where you can trade it, which just makes it more volatile. Volatility is good, especially as we're growing. So
we lost Mosh. He went to get snacks. Sorry.
It's all good. Boop. We talked
I'm
about
really excited to the aspect that expeditions are going to actually bring down just the gas cost, like they say, by quite a bit. And I'm excited just to see the repercussions of actually what that's going to imply, because I love saving money, and any amount that I'm going to be saving on my bags is just a chef's kiss on top of everything else. So,
well, honestly, my one account that's automated has not really been running very effectively, just because they can't really flip it enough to keep the gas up to where it keeps running, and I haven't personally run them in a while. So hopefully it brings it down to where it makes sense to run those again, if you're not paying in. I mean, because I've got my internal, and I'm trying to keep it that way. So
I think it's going to be very good for the hero economy for sure.
Yes,
the in-game item economy, not so much, but we got cooldown and essence burn mechanics coming. But the item economy might get worse before it gets better.
That's going to take players.
But I'm sure there's a lot of players that are unwilling or unable to kind of automate for this last however long, that are going to really want these expeditions. So I think there's going to be a lot of demand for heroes, and there's going to be players that have had 300 or 400 heroes, which is a lot, and then they're going to say, hey, I can get 3,000 or 4,000 heroes. So I think it's going to help a lot with the hero economy.
It's going to help clean up how organized I am, for sure.
I mean, it'll make something like some of the other tools out there, if not obsolete, it'll make it more effective to where there's less to be done. You can just take a spreadsheet and organize them all and just auto quest the auto quester. I don't know. It'll definitely add another layer. I like it. But I like the fact that especially there's going to be the Stampot lockup.
Yeah.
So that way, because let's be real, there's no way to keep whales out of games. If a whale wants to buy in the game, somebody's going to sell when the price is high enough, and a whale's going to buy in. Yeah. But this allows them to buy in and pump a bunch of money back into the game, and the profession questing, because if they're running all those Stampots, all of that's going back into the quest fund.
So is this
which just means the payouts are going to be better.
Is this the mining fix that everybody was hoping for?
No, they haven't mentioned the mining and gardening fix yet.
Okay.
They did mention there's going to be an additional gardening one.
It sounded like it was going to make that less of a pain point, though, for your.
Well, yeah, because you can literally run as many miners as you want now. So it really has. You could just run all of your miners.
What's that going to do?
And you could sit down first thing in the morning and be like, all right, I'm going to dedicate an hour. I'm going to set up all of my expeditions. I want these ones to run 5 times. These ones to run 10 times. These ones to run 10 times. These ones to run 7 times. Preload all of the tokens you need, because you're gonna have to do that.
Yep.
Like you have to feed your pets and stuff like that. You're gonna have to preload tokens into that contract to cover all of those. So it'll be like a set and forget thing. You can set it like the first of every month and just set them to run for the month, and then at the end of the month you check them, level up what you want to level up, and put them right back in. Or you can pull them out every day and run your hunts and then put them back in, and they'll keep running on that contract.
Yeah, that was about to say, you brought up a really cool aspect of it, is that if you have the Stampot rotation running as well, is that you can just pull them out. They're going to be full stammed out. You can run them through hunts, put them right back into expeditions, even if they're at 0 stamina, because it doesn't matter. Once the next rotation runs in, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, they're right back into action. So that's just utility, because it's a pain in the ass that you're like, oh shit, okay, my heroes are on questing, you got to pull them out, you got to stamp on them, and then you can actually hunt them. So now that rotation is going to be a lot more smoother. Again, they're listening, even like you said, about the whales. Yes, nobody really likes whales, but at least accommodate for what the customer base is asking for. So instead doing fighting against them, give them something to where they can pump into. And I like that aspect as well, even though whales aren't the greatest aspect in everybody else's mind.
Well, as long as when they pump in, we all benefit from it.
Whales.
That's the win.
Bingo.
For the record, I love whales.
They help the economy, man.
It's a necessity.
Yeah, I mean,
I loved magic whales. I loved people who come in and buy all these decks, and I would just stomp them. It's
all a mentality thing, because do we hate whales because we aren't them, or do we hate whales because they may or may not have a catastrophic event?
I love them. That's how the economy works, man. That's what we've been doing here.
And that's how the world works too. When the little guy beats the big guy, it feels good, as it should. So
right, but currently, Skiller, you can't run hunts as much as you want all day, every day. You can, I suppose you could Stampot the hunts, but then it also, I don't know. That is true. You got to be successful more often, though.
I think there's probably a curve where certain expeditions would eventually overcome hunts if you if you just did hunts all the time and Stampot them all the time, but you can't have a bot run hunts for you. So you would have to do hunts yourself. So
I heard
the
there
amount of
was a
time
bot
that you would have to.
You can grind levels while doing hunts by yourself too, and still have.
Yeah, like you could stand pot it and run through.
Yeah,
hunts,
I mean, I think
you're not going to run through hunts in a minute and 40 seconds. You could stand pot a group of foragers or fishers in a minute and 40 seconds. They've got XP. So average hunt is what, 5 to 15 minutes, assuming you win the first time around. How many times could you stand pot in that time?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, why not utilize both if you're playing the game?
Right.
Yeah, I think hunters and profession questers are mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
keep your hunters out of the expeditions. And this isn't for me either. I'm all the way up to Busy Bob 25 based on miners, so I've got 25 wallets automated. So I don't need this, but I think it's good for the environment because not everybody is crazy like me and couldn't stand their miners just sitting there staring at me for months.
Now
so I went out and made 25 wallets. But so I think it's good for those other people to get to, level up their heroes. I think.
How many heroes do you got now, Juss?
2,700.
Damn, you don't burn as much as me. I got 1,200. I probably would have about 5,000, 6,000 if I didn't burn them all. But man, that's a
you got like 700-800.
Heroes, my dude. That's a legion.
Yeah,
I got a legion, man. I got a lot of parts.
Yeah,
the cogs in the wheel.
The guy with all the cars parts in his yard.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah.
One day I'm gonna mash them together and get me a Rolls Royce.
There you go, man.
See, now you're getting it,
but not today.
There's always time for the pits, boys.
We're built different. That's okay.
That's okay.
All right,
We're way more organized.
Yeah.
We about ready to call it, gents. I got a big day tomorrow. Then I hit the road Saturday and Sunday.
All right.
Speaking of which, I will not be around next Thursday on 4th. I will be on a boat somewhere. So
I think we're going to.
You guys,
tentatively, I think we might check in, but I don't know if we're streaming because I'm going to be knee deep in
won't be around
margaritas and senoritas. You know what I mean? So
word.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, so everyone have a wonderful, happy, safe 4th of July and whole next week. Do what you do, have your fun, do the barbecues, and do it all up.
Thanks for coming on, Juss. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Mythic Squad.
Hey, everybody give this man some praise when you see him in chat.
We're not worthy.
What intern put up there was a ton, and he came out on top.
Congrats, big congrats, bro.
My guy. Great work.
That was great, man.
And don't forget, cooldowns change tomorrow. Get those summons in tonight or first thing tomorrow.
I'll probably burn some heroes and regret it later. Love you guys.
Love everybody. Laters. Thanks for joining, Juss.
Mythic Squad, the People's Guild. Our passion for making monsters can't be killed. We breed the best pets, learn a lot, no regrets. Join us in creating excellence. Purple on our back, Mythic Squad on the chest.